Good evening, everybody. Namaskara. A very warm welcome to the School of Ancient Wisdom's Spiral of Wisdom Satsang that happens every Thursday. But before I request Swati to say the school prayer, I was inspired by my guru to just do the Guru Vandana. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Let the Gurus guide us. Let our higher self guide us for this satsang. Right, Swati. So before we start, before I introduce our speaker for the day, may I request Swati to say the school prayer.
Sure, sir. Good evening. O hidden light, vibrant in every atom. O hidden light, shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. Thank you.
Thank you, Swati. That is a beautiful prayer, full of ancient wisdom prayer. It reminds us that we are all that hidden light, that Atma Jyoti that is there inside. We are the soul having a human experience, and we've all come here to reconnect with our source. So that is the essence really of that prayer. We reconnect in a space of that hidden love. Now today we have a very interesting topic, very interesting satsang from a very interesting speaker. It gives me great joy to introduce Nagarajan Rajasubramanian ji. I think I got the pronunciation right. So Nagarajan ji is a highly accomplished pranic healing practitioner. He is more interested to explain why healing, what are its methods, how are its energies, how and why to be a healer. That will be very interesting for many of us here because we are all healers in some capacities. He has many life testimonials who are well benefited by his pranic healing treatment. Hence, the session would be an amazing learning method for pranic healing. So, once again, a very warm welcome to all of you here today. My name is Ramesh RK and I'll be your host for the satsang this evening. The topic is unlocking the mind, understanding its structure to solve psychiatric challenges by Nagarajan Rajasubramanian ji. So I now hand over to Nagaraj ji. Over to you, ji.
Thank you, Ramesh. Thanks a lot.
Most welcome.
Can we, Swati, can we have the slides now? Yeah. The first slide.
Sure, sir, sure.
Yeah. So, very good evening to all the nice members of the Ancient School of Wisdom. I'm meeting you all after a gap of nearly a year. Normally, every year we start our school agenda with one of my talks, and I'm very grateful to the School of Ancient Wisdom to have given me a chance to come and present an interesting topic, which is very dear to both myself and the members in the Celestial College of Healing and the Ancient School of Wisdom. I commend the services of the Ancient School of Wisdom. They have dedicated a lot of resources, financial, property, and also a lovely group of people all over the world who are interested to know how the ancient scriptures which our ancestors have developed and used, and how is it relevant today, and is it really worthwhile to know all those things. So this is the dialogue they have initiated in the society at large. every week there is a lecture, or even sometimes every day we have some classes given in people from various walks of life who are dealing with the mind, body, and trying to unravel the mysteries and how to overcome the struggles of today's living. So I'm a member of this Celestial College of Healing, which is an informal gathering of like-minded people. Many of them students of my master. One of them is here with us. Mr. Ranjit is here. It's a very interesting group of people who are wanting to further their knowledge and application in mainly in the aspect of healing, where we apply many of the principles extolled in our scriptures, and with so many discourses, even religious discourses. They have many people talk about it, but many don't know that these things are really possible. Yeah, can we go to the agenda? The next slide. Yeah. So this agenda is like this. We are going to talk about the structure of the mind and how the historical literature deals with that. And we talk about now we come to the architecture of the human system or any living system, like what are the role of layers, and how are the tissues, what is the architecture of the tissues. And then we go to the 7 bodies, which is told many times in our yogic literature. And after talking a little bit about the 7 bodies, then we go to the cosmic connection. So all of us have felt a fascination for looking at stars in the night, or even the celestial bodies, even the ink blue sky. Many of us have felt some kind of fascination, or even I should say an obsession with all these celestial astronomical events, like having comets, meteors, and so many things happening in the cosmos. So there is a connection between us and the cosmos. We will investigate that connection. And then we'll go on to a more familiar topic of what is meditation according to, you can say, even my interpretation, our school's interpretation. And then we also talk about the connection between meditation and physiology. Okay, after doing that, then we come to the sort of the main topic of the today's evening is this various psychiatric cases I have dealt as a healing practitioner, and how we have solved a few cases. I will not say all. I will not be so arrogant. A few cases, and what are the possible logical ways in which we can understand. Yeah. Swati, can we go to the testimony which I forwarded you in the WhatsApp?
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Meenakshi. I thought I'll just give a small update about my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is a bedridden patient, 4.5 years she's been on bed. Somewhere around after a year on bed, she developed a lot of strange behaviors like fecal digging, fecal smearing, fidgeting with hands, which almost sort of relate to a dementia patient, but she was not a dementia patient. We sought help of Nagraj sir, who had a look at her and started long distance Reiki healing or a positive energy giving for her. And we used her services for about 3 to 4 months, and the results were remarkable. There was a big improvement in her these weed behaviors. She totally stopped her digging. We literally were fighting with this habit. The caregivers were extremely annoyed. We had to pacify them that this habit is going to stop soon, and I'm sure people who are dealing with elderly parents at home do agree with me. Thank you, Nagraj sir. Um, I've got full confidence in Reiki and the wonders it can do. Thank you.
Yeah. Now we go on to the presentation.
I have muted everyone.
Yeah. The next slide. Yeah. The one before.
This slide, sir.
Yeah, the next slide. Okay. I think there's some mix-up maybe. Okay, we talk about this cause we talk about the mind and the structure. I think can we have this? Let's see the slides now.
Sir, you want me to go to the previous slide?
The next slide. The mind and structures in the next slide. It's the next slide. Yes, this is what. So this is we talked about the mind and the structure. These are all, we have the conscious mind, and then we have the subconscious mind, then the unconscious mind. This conscious, subconscious, unconscious, all this terminology is coming from Carl Gustav Jung, who was a Swiss psychoanalyst. He plays a very important role in our Celestial College of Healing. We study all his works, and we apply many things what he has taught us. So he's a very important person in our school. And then he talks about a psychic conscious. Then he talks about a super conscious. So this is and we have the Manomaya Kosam, or the mental body in as per our yogic literature. Yeah. Okay. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So now we talk. I was promising you to talk about the mind, the layers, and the tissue architecture. You find any tissue in any organ in the body, or even you take even the skin. Even if you cut the skin you will find that it has got a minimum of 15 layers. So every organ in the body has got a lot of layers, and that is called as tissues in the physical body. If you take it, it's called a liver tissue or a brain tissue or a stomach tissue. It's called as tissue. But what about the invisible body? How do we call them? We call them as layers, because they are only layers of. It is just like it's actually, you can imagine them as stacking plastic sheets. If you stack plastic sheets 10 together, how will it be? It is the same thing in the invisible body. If you suppose there are many experiments to show how these layers are literally they can be validated. For example, you go up in the evening and you look at the sky, blue sky. You can see the stars, but you take an iPhone and try to see whether you can take a picture of the same skyscape using an iPhone. You will see nothing there. You will see only a ink blue space. The reason is your eye, as a sensory organ, has got almost about 5,000 layers. And these layers are, how these layers are spaced, how far they are. So this is something which we have to ponder about. As a healing practitioner, I find that when people are sick, their layers are very much compressed, and everything is almost stuck to each other. Even now, when we get patients with backache or with chronic neck pain, we find that the layers in the neck or in the back are very much compressed. So you have to get that idea that the living structure is always having a lot of layers. You find that even apart from when you come down the head, from the neck onwards, you find that there are practically 500 layers are there. So when we take up a patient to heal, we have to give feeding for all these 500 layers, like the feeding the layers. We have to give them various types of gases. We have to give them food, which is called food plasm, which is the ethereal counterpart of the physical food. We have to give it, we have to give that. We have to give energy. So when we keep feeding the layers, what happens? The overall health of the individual, it just becomes normal. So this is the beauty of that. Yeah. So the spaces between the layers, these are all very, very important. If anybody asks me a question, Mr. Nagaraj, have you studied all the layers of a human being? Do you know every layer inch by inch? I should say I'm very sorry. I don't know. I have studied only a few layers. To be exactly sure, I have studied only 3 layers out of these 500 layers in the body, which shows that there is so much of real estate available in you. You have too much of stuff to show in your living system as a living person. You have a lot of space. Yeah. Can we go to the next slide? Okay. The conscious mind. What about when you see the invisible structure of the conscious mind, it is more like a blob, some blob of some jelly-like thing, which is held between the temples in the forehead of a person. There are 3 holes on the right and 3 holes on the left, and the conscious mind is held there. And we have seen you always blink your eyes, no, every 2 seconds or every less than that. This means that the conscious mind is getting dissolved at every interval and forms again. So the blinking is a very important aspect of the consciousness, that there's a difference between conscious mind and consciousness. So when you say consciousness, it is more to do with your awareness in your state of existence. That is what is consciousness. So these are all there. Okay, these are all available in the theory. All of us know. But how do we know the physical? How do we know the relevance of it? When you see a case, you find that now people are using the smartphone too much. Especially the children are using it from very young age to divert themselves, play so many comics and all. So because of that, we as practitioners, we find a lot of holes in the conscious mind. So when we see a child like that, they are struggling to study in school. They have their cognitive ability is very poor. So when we sort of plug that hole, make that hole all right, and then treat them like that, we find a tremendous improvement in their cognition, association of things, like how a normal school going child will be. So they are able to understand, they are able to relate, they are able to remember. So these things start improving. Yeah. The next one. Next slide, madam. Subconscious mind. So when we come to the subconscious mind, our Carl Jung says that it is a reservoir of memories. So it is a buffer between other mind segments, like how we discuss the conscious, subconscious, unconscious, psychic, conscious, and superconscious. They are all linked with each other. There is an overlap of everything. There's nothing which is separate. There's nothing which is separate. Everything is linked together. So when you are taking an action, or when you are talking, which means that this action or thought action or action thought, that has already started long time ago. It's not coming now. So your actions are coming from it started long time ago, but there is something called habit. This is the place where habits are formed. Yeah, habits are a very interesting thing to study, because many of us seem to pick up not so very not so very useful habits, or not so very beneficial habits. The reason is your own mind and the layers in your mind. So when you pick up a habit, let us say that is a good habit, you form some memories, and when you continue those actions consistently over a period of time, those dream memories get reinforced automatically. That is why you find this habit in school children. They study a lesson today, and if they leave it, they will even not even remember they studied at all. But if they had studied that lesson for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, then you find that they are able to remember better. So this whole thing works on your mind layers. This is how the whole living system works. So the subconscious is a receptacle of actual life force, action, thought, and dream condensation. So what is dream condensation? So when you are about to, you are going to sleep or you are in a deep sleep, what does the subconscious do? It is showing something like a movie, which is like pictures and images of so many things will happen to you yesterday or today or even 50 years ago or when you were a child. So it shows all unconnected things like a jumble. So many of us think that what is this nonsense? Many of us enjoy the dreams. I enjoy my dreams because it's something like a magic. Because but dreams are a way in which the subconscious talks to us. So subconscious is actually, you can say the body, physical body is there. The physical body has got a mind of its own. That physical body's mind is you can say it is the subconscious. So many things we do, like autopilot, like driving a car, or having a bath, or eating food. We we don't think and do these things. It is done purely by the subconscious. Okay? Yeah, the next slide. Yeah, the unconscious mind. This unconscious mind is like a huge water body of life. It's a huge, like a big lake. Imagine the visualization will be like a huge lake, and the subconscious of the person is somewhat like the layers of water near the surface of the lake, where there's a clearer water, what is called littoral surface, where there is a light is coming there, and is more clear to see the things. Then you can imagine the conscious mind to be like a leaf or a twig floating on top of the water. And also the unconscious mind contains the tapas, what tapas you have done in previous life and memories of past lives. These are all there. See, why I'm saying the last point is many of us in the ancient school of wisdom are doing some kind of spiritual practice, meditation, or some kind of yogic things all of us are doing. So you will agree with me that you are only continuing what you have been doing in the past, because there are literally so many people in the world, and many of them don't know, they don't care also to find out. But why our members in the school are very special? Because they are continuing some of the memories or actions or tapas from the previous life. But this is all residing in the unconscious mind. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah. So the we have a psychic mind. Psychic mind, you can say it is also a part of the manomaya kosam. It is self-evolving. So psychic mind is also connected with you can say connected with the Atma, because Atma is not destructible. Atma is something which many people, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Janakiram. Thank you. So Atma is something which I should admit, I don't know. I know only very little about the Atma. I don't know many things. I am not going to proclaim myself as authority. The biggest problem in our yoga subject is we are all like the elephant and the six blind people in the elephant. We are blindfolded and we are touching the elephant and saying, elephant is like that, elephant is like this is what. So this problem is a serious problem for a sincere yoga student or yogi to be, or whoever, man or woman, no problem. Is it, what am I doing? Am I doing things right? Is it true? Or am I imagining? Or is it some some hallucination? Am I going mad? So these are all the problems faced by the practitioners of this subject. So that is why in all our scriptures, it is always told that you should have a guru to guide you. You must either take a guidance from a guru. A guru may not be completely perfect. He is also a human being. Only thing he's got some attainments. He knows, he has trodden the path before you. He can tell you some reactions of what he has underwent, that he can tell you. So in my case, my master never had a human guru. He always had a deity as the guru, and or inner guru. He had an inner guru. So he used to always tell that what you are experiencing is new to me. I don't know. He used to openly tell that. So he used to encourage that. He used to always encourage the inner guru, because that is something which will going to come with you. Your guru will not be alive with you till you pass away. He or she will pass away early. We don't know. So he always used to say, "I am only a guide for the guide." Okay, not the real guide. I will help you what to avoid the problems of what I faced. What you should not suffer from the problems which I face. That's what he used to say. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yeah. So this is we come to the super consciousness. In this super consciousness, you have the deities and you have God, the overarching power. So what are we in our celestial college of healing, we believe in the deities. We see the deities as real people. They are present here as living people, but invisible. We are invoking them. We are looking forward to them like a regular Hindu. We believe in them, and I must announce to our lovely members that they can, madam, they can come and do healing work. It is there. Not I am not the first person to say that the deities are doing it for us. They have done for so many other saintly people in our country. Child plug. So this is what is the role of the deities in the Celestial College of Healing. Okay. And now we talk about the birth entity. This is a very important aspect which we have to address today in view of the birth process. So we find that there is a mysterious insert during the 3rd month of pregnancy. So what is the view of our school? That there is a soul spark is entering the body. The Janana Jivan or birth entity is entering the body. Something is happening to this lump of flesh. It is becoming a person. So there is also a role for the ancestors in the childbirth. Why I'm telling this, because I have some experience in IVF pregnancy. When people used to come to my master for a IVF treatment, he always used to tell me to check whether any pitrus are willing to take birth in this family. So if some pitru is willing to do it, we have found that the conception happens and the lady gets a child. So there is a role for the ancestors and their good wishes in childbirth. This is our theory, our hypothesis. We have seen it work. There is an opposite theory of childbirth also, which is purely physical. Like all animals are cohabiting, they are also doing childbirth. So this is what you are saying is nonsense. That there people are there to tell all that. I agree. I accept them also. Also, we have the another thing which all of us know, that is the immaculate conception. Right from Jesus Christ was born to Mary, and Kunti had her first son, Karnan. Like that, this is all immaculate conception. That is also happening. So this birth process is having so many theories in that. Yeah, the next slide. Okay, now we come to the 7 bodies as per our literature. The twek, which means is the instinct. Instinct of, what is the instinct to that it is, I am aware. Twek and abhinivesham are almost like going together. Abhinivesham is instinct, survival and preservation of the life in the body. What if when an animal is attacked, a deer is attacked by a tiger, it runs away. It runs, it tries to fight with its horns. It is wanting to survival and preserve its life. What is Anna Sariram? It is a physical body. Preta Sariram is something like people get afraid when you say Preta Sariram. Oh, if I die, I will become Preta Sariram. No. When you are living and you are functioning as a living person, it is nothing but a gas converter. A Preta Sariram headquarters is in the liver, the gallbladder, all these areas where the gases are converted, and that's how it is there. Then you talk about the manomaya kosam. The Manomaya Kosam is nothing but the mental body. It is also encompassing the mind and the mental body. So why do we say mental body and then we say mind? Even Annie Besant has talked a lot about mental body. She says that if you take a scholar, she was herself one. Thanks a lot. Thank you. I got. She always says that there is a when you are doing some work continuously for so many years, then you are developing something like a mental body, which is having its own faculty. It is like a siddhi. You are developing a siddhi for yourself. Like you take the musicians in the classical any classical music, our Carnatic music, Hindustani, or any worldwide institution, they are able to perform only because of this mental body. So scientists, even professional people working in companies or chartered accountants, many of them have this mental body development. Okay. Now we come to the most interesting body in our system, that is the causal body. Causal body is very large in shape. So can we have some comments from the audience how large it can be? I will give you some 30 seconds to think and tell me. But please comment, don't leave it. How big you think is the causal body? Please don't feel shy. Let me comment. Mr. Janakiram sir, please make a beginning. 10
Sir,
feet,
I
Ramesh.
have muted everyone. If you say, I'll unmute everyone.
Yeah, please unmute. Yeah.
Just a moment, sir.
Yeah, as big as the earth. Nazarius, wonderful, super. Janakiram, bigger than a house, great.
Now, anybody can unmute.
Yeah. Can be for 1 kilometer, like Brahmananda. Very good. Brahmanda. Who is this? Ramamani. Fantastic. It is aura. Aura is, yes, aura is one of the, you can say it is like a layer, correct. But I'm asking for the physical, bigger than 9 grahas. Very good answer. Big it can be.
Malti here, and there's a
Yes,
Jankiram
Malti.
nearby. I just wanted to say, I think causal body varies, no, with the different people, but I think it must be really huge. That's
Yeah.
all I can say.
Yeah,
Just put it in a very simple way that it's huge.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Malti. Any other replies? Just for participation. Yeah, I think we have some very nice answers.
Unaware, sir. We are unaware of it. So you enlighten us.
Oh, surely. I'm here to enlighten. Sure. Yeah. I think, Swati, we can continue with the presentation.
I am Janakaram. I have one clarification in the causal body, maybe
Yeah.
covering.
Yeah.
Because most people talk causal body is only ignorance.
Correct.
But as we keep developing and we come into school of ancient and all, will it not change or not is my question.
No, thank you very much for this question, Mr. Janakaram. I really thank you. Because why in our ancient literature, it is told as 7 bodies. Okay. Ignorance means the ignorance of the mind. Correct, no, Mr. Janakaram?
Ignorance of the mind.
Correct. So when somebody says it's ignorance of the mind, it is completely wrong. Because when Patanjali wrote the Yoga Sutram, he said 7 bodies. He cannot be wrong. Anna Sariram is a body. It is not ignorance or knowledge or anything. See, one thing I would like to make very clear to our nice members is we are all clones. All human beings are the same. If I have Abhyok Abhinivesham, Mr. Janakiram also has. Everybody in the group has. Everybody in the earth has. All the creatures are having it. We are not different from an elephant or a whale or a cockroach. We are all the same. Okay, coming back to human beings and restricting our talk to human beings, these are all bodies. These are all some spaces. These are all some dimensions. It is definitely not ignorance of the mind. I am sorry to differ from that idea. Okay, coming back to our topic, how large it is? The causal body, Mr. Akshat was very right in saying this causal body is almost equal to the size of our solar system. Some of the, even our saints have causal body even more bigger than that. Okay, now I asked question to my master, why you are saying it is as big as solar system? When you compare to the Milky Way galaxy, solar system is very small. He said, very good question. But he said, I will actually, I have to come to the next slide and then only tell this thing. Okay, then we'll talk about the next slide. So the prana is the energy exchange, daily energy management, all fine. The last point is very important. There is no linearity in arrangement of the bodies, which means it is all lying in hodgepodge. It is like you are like a big salad bowl. Everything is mixed up. Everything is mixed up. You will find that we are not adding the soul spark apart in the 7 bodies, because soul spark is actually a combination of the causal body and few other things, and it is something else which we will talk later. So can we go to the next slide? Actually, we have to go to slide number 3, my dear. Slide number 3. Yeah, the cosmic connection. Yes. So this is I would like to talk about the causal body and the cosmic connection. So when I say that the causal body is as big as the solar system, then the doubt comes is, where is it the real a physical solar system or something internal? Is there any connection between the internal world and external world? But I'm very happy to announce that the internal world and external world are the same. They are the same, because all civilizations have been involved in calendar making, movement of the sun, worshipping the stars, all these kind of things. And a basic doubt whether we are aliens, whether we are only of the earth, or have we come from somewhere else. So it is how to verify this causal body. I found a very nice verification in the Google. Okay, because I remember I am asking my master, when can I become like you? Because he was a yogi, fully realized. Though he was a college graduate and lawyer, he left all that to become a full-time healer. He ran a clinic in his own house and treating many people, and so many. He was an expert in treating people for this nerve problem. This what is that? Stroke. People get stroke, no, and they get into some kind of disfigurement. So he was expert in doing that. So I used to wonder how he is doing all these things. Then I asked him when I was 20 years old, how can I become like you? Then he said, you have to give me some time. I said, 1 month. He said no. Then finally, I said 5 years. Sorry. Then I said 10 years. Sorry. Then I got fed up. He said, you yourself tell me how much time I should give you. He said, you should give me 20 years. I was astonished. I'm only 20. Will I know only by 40? What is this drama? He says, yes, 20 years you have to do sadhana. Then only we can come to the first step. Just imagine this thing. So I was looking through the Google. See, the speed of the mind is like the speed of light. So if the amount of distance traveled by light in 1 year is called light year. Okay. So the amount of distance traveled by light in 20 years is only 3 trillion kilometers. Okay. If you see the extent of the solar system in the Google, it is exactly 3 trillion kilometers. So I think we have to go to that 7th slide or something now. Yeah, after this. Yes, correct. So what is the difference between this the extent of solar system and our causal body? The causal body is nothing but part of your structure. So when I'm doing meditation, I'm only moving around inside my living system. I'm not going somewhere outside. All saints have spoken about meditation. And the people who have meditated for a good amount of years, 10 years, 20 years, I find a lot of people here experienced in meditation. You always feel that you are traveling, you are going somewhere. There is some kind of travel. So this what you are experiencing as a travel is I have also experienced it, and it is very much true. You are traveling within your causal body, but you cannot see the stars. You may be going in the cosmos, but you cannot see like how you are seeing physical is sitting in the earth and looking at the sky in the night. You cannot see the stars. This is the difference. But the internal universe and external universe are the same. Okay. Is there a limit for this travel? Yes. When the causal body is ending, which is called as the paramagnetic limit, your living, your jiva or your life system will not allow you to travel beyond your paramagnetic limit. It will stop. There is an umbilical cord with the jiva and how you are traveling. So all these experiences which I have underwent in a limited way, this is connected. This is called as the Savikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi means what? You are very much in Samadhi. I want to explain about how I felt during a Samadhi. I have had a Samadhi experience only 5 times in all my life, not more than that. So once I was sitting in my friend's house, and suddenly I found that one big cloud of something coming. I don't know. In my internal sight, I can see big cloud. I don't know. I did not know what to do. By the time I could realize that cloud took possession of me, I am able to hear, I am able to understand what other people are talking, what is going on in the house, but I cannot move my body. I was sitting there like a statue for a good 5 hours, not moving. Even my friend's mother, she knows about me and my master and all that. She told the people around, no, he's in meditation. No, don't disturb him. He's okay. He's normal. Then I woke up after 5 hours. But all these 5 hours, I was not sleeping. I was very much awake. I was in the Savikalpa Samadhi, which means there's something like the universe takes control of you. There is no you. The you is gone, at least for that small period. Well, what is my master always? He is in Sahaja. He was in Sahaja Samadhi, which means the universe is controlling you, no doubt. But you are also using your free will to move around, talk with people, do everything. Because he was a fully realized yogi. He had given his whole life as a yogi for more than 80 years. So from the long time when he was a kid, he underwent this Nirvikalpa Samadhi and all that when he was a small boy. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is a much higher Samadhi where you are completely gone. You don't know where you are. You don't know you completely gone. This world is nothing but like a void. Nothing. I have experienced it very small time. So I cannot talk much about it. There may be other people in this forum who have experienced it. So if I had said something wrong, please excuse this young boy of telling anything. I only want to sincerely share my experience with the members. Yeah. The next point. Next slide. Okay. Now we come to the diagnosis in the healing process. So how do we start the diagnosis in the healing process? So what I am practicing now is called as the long distance Reiki healing, which means we don't have to meet the patient, or even a photograph or a video is enough. Photograph is more than enough. Photograph when they were healthy and photograph when they were sick is more. One photograph is enough. So we normally study the vibration, what vibration they're emitting. So in the age band 20 to 30, the minimum is 250. It can go up to 500, 600, depending on the health of the individuals. Then we also see the timbre in the voice. And then we check the eyes, whether the eyes are in the same line or not. Normally for you, when you take psychiatric cases, you will find that the eyes are at an angle. So doctors have told me that after I have taken up a few cases, they have told me that you have corrected the eye line. The eyes have come in the same line. And the light in the eyes are very important. Whether the light is big enough or bright enough. Then we come to the internal part. We study any deformations in the layers or the layers getting stuck. So when the layers are getting stuck, and any deformation is there, we literally surgically repair the layers and get the layers unstuck, blow the energy into them, give them food, gases, whatever in light, whatever input they need. And then we open the chakras and also close the chakras. These chakras are a totally very big topic that we will take up as a separate session where we can talk about the chakras. Also, we study the sexuality issues because our human formation is very, very complicated. We are much more complicated than animals. So our issues with the sexuality and the expression of sexuality, these are all very important aspects of healing, especially for psychiatric patients, even for normal people also. Yes, sir. Okay. So normally many people come to me when the patient has got personality issues. They're mentally they are normal, but they have some kind of trauma, imagined or real, or I have been not very successful in treating personality issues. But you heard one video testimony now of one lady called Mrs. Rajalakshmi. She's 85 years old. She was leading a normal life. After certain time, then she became bedridden, and because she had 5 children, and you can imagine a lady with 5 children running a household, bringing up the children, and making them great, wonderful, and then falling sick. So this she got into a depression that she is not able to be active, she is not able to walk. So her eating habits went down. She was not able to eat 3 meals a day. So, and as how our madam explained, she was digging her fishes and smearing them all over the bed. So when I heard all these things, I know that she is in some kind of psychiatric problem. But the good point about this patient was that she was a fighter. It's very important for the patient to be a fighter. Fighter means not going literally fighting. All of us, all of you know. It is just that I should be all right. I must be strong. I must be healthy. I must help my children. I must do this. I must do that. That is a fighter. So auntie was a fighter. So what I did with the help of our lovely members in the Celestial College of Healing, we were able to repair her mind, pull her out. Next slide, please. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah. Or pull her out from the depths of her mind. See, as I told you before, the birth entity is brought out from the depth of the mind. You will be very surprised. No, see, when we meet somebody, we sometimes remark, oh, this person is very shallow. He's very pressure oriented. He's not a deep person. So some other person you say, this lady is very deep. She is very smart. She can control her emotions. It's very difficult to find out what she is thinking. She is very deep. Deep means what? There is some length. There is some depth. If ship has to go in some water, the water has to be deep enough. You will be very surprised to know that this physical depth of the mind has been measured. Okay. So when the patient is in depression, depression itself means some kind of like a hole or our pothole on the Bangalore road. It is some kind of depression. So like that, the mind or the entity is going inside the human formation, not able to come out. So what we do as practitioners is we literally pull the birth entity from the depths of the mind, heal the 5,000 layers of the mind, the subconscious, feed them, manageable levels of energy, because we have to be very careful while feeding energy to the patient. I cannot give all kinds of energies to the patient. We have to measure whether this patient can take this amount of energy or not. Is it enough? Is it not enough? All these things are there. I would like to talk about very small children. When we see small children, we think they are very helpless. They are, less than 1 year old. Oh, they need a lot of care. They need feeding from the mother all the time. We should be watching them. But in yogic parlance, we find that children are almost like yogis, up to 3 years. They are all because they're always looking for energy source to draw the energy. They are actually in the very depth of their minds. They can understand lot of things. They can comprehend lot of stuff. I am little always afraid of treating children because they can really rob your energy just like that. So never underestimate anybody. In fact, my master used to say, whenever any patient comes to him for help, he will always tell me that, see, this person has come. Don't think don't think he's suffering from this problem. He is actually a very big person. He is just like the universe. So every person is unique. Every person is the universe. So we have to bend to them, obey them, listen to them, be humble with them. He used to always say that. Yeah. So by understanding the layers, by feeding them, we have healed some of the psychiatric cases because of the first point. All of us are clones. In nature is the biggest factory, making identical banana tree, identical coconut tree, identical nagaraj. Everything, only names are different, but internally everything is the same. So all of us are, going by that route. See, in psychiatry, there are two routes. One route is the clone route. All of us are clones. We have the same structure. If I give the same inputs, you will recover. That is one school. I am ascribing to that first school. Whereas, where what we do, we take up the machinery of the patient. We are thinking of him like a Toyota car. Oh, the carburetor is in a problem. Okay, change the carburetor. He's got some other problem. Change that material. The car is okay. Like that, I am looking at my patients like that. So when the machinery of the patient, mental machinery, everything is corrected according to their karma. Normally, people with good karma only will come for healing. I have talked to a lot of people. Many will not come because they are not karmically ready for receiving the healing. Okay, I don't want to talk about the karma aspect. That is a totally different subject. But let us be more on the scientific, clinical line. So as a clinical practitioner, I find that when we take this clone view, anybody who is suffering from a psychiatric problem because of the problem in their mental machinery can be easily restored. So you find that healing and discharge we have done in 4 months' time, which is a big astonishment for the psychiatric doctors. Even I was discussing with some NIMHANS doctors. They were very doubtful. How you can make a psychiatric patient become normal in 4 months? This is astonishing. I only tell them that you are only barking up the wrong tree. First of all, you should choose the tree and bark at the right tree to get the results. Very simple. Even some doctors were very apprehensive. They say, why you are a quack. You are not an MBBS person. I say, I am a quack. Yes, I am not MBBS. I am not MD. I have not studied in the university. But I am able to show result. No, I am able to give you a logical explanation for what I am doing. If you want to challenge me, you can challenge me. I am willing to learn from you. You are highly educated. You have a lot of clinical experience. I don't have much, but I'm able to show results. What do you learn from these results? What do you learn from these results is what is important for us in the members of the School of Ancient Wisdom. Our ancients are not fools. They never made anything out of superfluousness. Patanjali Yoga Sutram was not written for getting a PhD. It is, they have experienced it, they have understood it, they have very carefully made the words and given to us. Their aim was to guide us properly. So we have to give a lot of respect to our ancients and also a lot of kudos to our School of Ancient Wisdom to be so sincere in calling practitioners like us and making us relate our experience to the audience so that they garner the same respect to our scriptures and what we can learn from the scriptures. Yeah. The next slide, I think it's almost over now. Yes. Celestial College of Healing is something about our little group of people. It's a non-profit body. It is comprised of healers, ladies and gents, and a lot of invisible beings are there. All of us perform healing for the patients. Our aim is only to furthering the course of knowledge and unraveling the ancient wisdom to the new generation. This is what
But is there any website or anything? Because in Google search, it didn't show.
No, it is not there. It is we are yet to form. We are yet to form. We any help. We really need some help because we have a lot of material. We want to publish it, but only thing due to the laziness of your author, we are not able to do. Okay, next slide, please. I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks. Any questions you can ask me.
Thank you, Nagarajji.
Thank you, sir.
That was very interesting. In fact, as you shared, I think there were more questions than answers because so many topics seem really many topics seem like at the fringe of modern science and beyond the understanding of modern sciences, especially when it comes to the subtle bodies and even what we understand in the Panchakoshas. So yes, I do certainly have questions. But before I ask the questions, I'd request our satsangis to first ask the questions if they have any. Yes, for those of you who have questions, please ask your questions. Or if you have any comments.
Yeah, I can share another interesting case study for you for the benefit of the members.
Any observations?
No, Ramamani is asking, can you please share a challenging case study?
Yes, I saw that.
Can I
Something
go ahead?
where, yes, please.
Yeah, actually, we had a patient named Mr. Vijay. He is living in Auckland in New Zealand. So he was leading a normal life, no diabetes, nothing, no blood pressure, everything normal. Suddenly, what happened? One day he just collapsed. And the doctors found that he was suffering from pancreatitis, which means the pancreas has failed. All of us know that pancreas is an endocrine organ, which means the endocrine glands don't have ducts. They are called ductless organs. They are very small and it is very difficult to see them in the MRI or anything. It's very, very difficult to see. But the doctors identified that it is a case of pancreatitis. So what happens? The pancreas is very near to a place called duodenum in the alimentary canal. So the food comes from the stomach to the duodenum. The duodenum is the place where the bile juice is coming from the liver and falling into the gallbladder, gets cooled in the gallbladder, and from gallbladder it goes to the duodenum. And after this bile juice is collected, after a few, maybe 1 centimeter, this pancreas opening is there. So what happened? All the stomach acid went into the pancreas for this person. So as a result, the stomach was overworking and too much of the patient had a lot of acidity and the doctors could do nothing but keep on pumping the acid from the stomach of the patient. He was in ICU for 2 months. Then my sister is there in New Zealand. So this she being a family friend, she called me and told me that, can you do something? So I said that pancreas are an endocrine subject, and I am not very familiar with the endocrine. I have not done anything. He said, no problem. You try. You think about it and do meditation. Then let me know. Then I said again. She called me after 2 days. When I was talking to her, I had some brain wave. So I found that his chakras had malfunctioned in the pancreas. I found that there are 10 chakras in the pancreas to the duodenum, pancreas to the duodenum. So those and chakras are all of us, that they are designed for the purpose of taking in and giving out. Correct. So it is like that. So what I did, I went to my actually, I'm very amused to say this thing, but I went to my chakra manufacturing factory very near to the sun, manufactured the chakras out of solar magnetism and put them one by one in a matter of few hours to Mr. Vijay, cleaned up his pancreas and cleaned all the juice, everything. The pancreas started to work. And I told his wife, we were exchanging WhatsApp messages every day. I was telling him, you give him solid food, liquid food. From eating nothing, he went to 3 times solid liquid food in a day. But then after 1 week, he went to solid food. Then he was able to get up from the bed. Then he was able to walk around. You will not believe, in 3 weeks, he went home. Then we had, in the meantime, background work done by me and my celestial colleges. We cleaned up his stomach. Because stomach was going on producing the acid. So we have to calm it down. We restored the stomach function. And then we had to, assure him that he's all right. We took three weeks. And today he's back on his job. He's healthy. He's doing very well. It is very wonderful. I'm so happy to have restored a father, husband to a family, and they are all doing very well. So this is one challenging case study for you, Ramamani.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Yeah, please.
First of all, thank you for you're very humble and down-to-earth person, and thank you very much for enlightening us about this.
Okay.
My questions were with regard to when you said give gases.
Yes.
And for instance, energy.
Yes.
How do you do it? Can you just explain to us?
Very good. You'll be very thanks for this question, because you are using the LPG gas at home, no? That is the combination of butane propane. There is a 75% butane and there's a 25% propane.
Yes.
The same combination we are also using. Same combination. And all the gases are going from my living system to the patient. And I am replenishing it. As a healer, we have to give our resources to the patient, and by the meditation process, we fill our resources with that. That is what we do. So according to Mother Nature, all of us are healers. But the only difference is what I have done tapas for about 42 years now. So if you take 2 days to fill up the gas which you have lost to somebody, I can fill it up in 2 minutes. This is the difference. Only time, telescoping of time. This is what.
And any practices that energy will go out of you, how do you replenish? Are there any practices that you do?
Yeah. We are all the main, the biggest patient for me, whom you know? Myself. I have to watch my mind, my body, my health condition, whether it is today I have the foreign exchange, do any work or not. I have to look at my body very carefully, and my family members also. I have to look at them. I have to observe them. Oh, you will not believe, sir. My friend, one lady in Dubai, she posted one very sorrowful Facebook post, very sorrowful. I immediately related, this lady has got some health issue. So I chatted with her and found out. I asked her, she's saying, I have tremendous pain in my right hand. I don't know what happened. Can you help me, Anna? She told me. So I checked her, diagnosed her. I found that she has multiple cysts in the kidney. So she said, how do you know? She said, why are you frightening me? By mistake, one cyst got broken and her pain increased like anything. So what we did, see this apart from blood vessel, we have something called lymph tissue, lymph vessels. So we cleaned up the entire lymph system. Her layers were very compressed, so we blew up her layers, did all this nursing work, and then she became all right. And then what happened? She had to travel to foreign country for some work. So the problem, when she came back, it became again worse. So then I told her, see, I have given you some foreign exchange. You have used it up by travel to some country, and you are now coming back. When we have we have a lot of relapses also in the healing. It is not like one-time job. No. Any health issue will always repeat itself. If you have I always tell my people, this is not a allopathy. You pop a few medicines, it go away. No, it will come back because it was your friend for so many years. No, how will it will leave you? It will come back surely. So we have to do again and again and again till it becomes very small and it is negligent or it is completely gone. So that is how it is done. So again, she had some more cysts in the kidney. So we had to remove all those cysts. Literally overnight, I spent that day, I think 5 hours with her. She didn't know. I'm in my practice. We cleaned up her kidney, everything. And then now she's perfectly all right. So it is like that. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting because the thing is, to find out how our body works, all these things, very, very, because there is no textbook, no university, nobody. It's very, very lovely to connect with you all. Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much for your answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Nagaraj, I'm just curious to know, how do you see when you come talk about the chakras and the subtle bodies? We know about Korean camera and various diagnostic tools. In your case, do you see auras? Do you perceive them? How do you diagnose?
Yeah, normally what happens is that there is every person has got a live vibration. For example, now your vibration is around 240 hertz per second. Your vibration. So now if I have to diagnose you or heal you, I will come down to your vibration or come up to your vibration. So when I come up to your vibration or equal to your vibration, then your body will, these Akashic records will open up. Then we read the Akashic record like a book. Then we go to your past life and see what has happened. Everything will come like a flash. Everything will come very fast. Because I am quite experienced in this field. We normally the diagnosis is done in almost in a few seconds. We will know the entire story. Sometimes what happens, there are always some bits and pieces where we have not seen. Because I am running on the road like a marathon runner. I am not seeing left and right. So we have to we have to come back and pause and see what mistake we have. We also do mistakes. We are also human. Sometimes our diagnosis can be wrong. So we go back to the primaries. We study every organ, normally the liver or the brain or the heart, so many, even the spleen, everything we study, the nervous system, everything will be studied. I can only say I have like this laboratory. They have a list of tests. No, that sheet you've seen, pre-printed. They'll have a little tick box, something like that. So we do those kind of ticking of the boxes. But then only we come to the healing part. Have I
So,
answered you?
like Ramamaniji was, yes, I got an idea. Like what Ramamaniji was asking, I had the same question. Is there a training? Because this seems like a really amazing. It looks like midbrain activity, you know. So, can this be trained? It looks like something that one should, train children in fact, at that age. From that age onwards, because we can really keep ourselves out of a lot of trouble, or if we do get into trouble in many other ways, including we can get out of it better. So, is it possible to train people, or is this something that we're
It is
born with?
possible. It is possible to train. And now what we do is that we put people on the course of the Panchabhuta training. The Panchabhuta training will be for at least a couple of years. Whereas we have to, literally, because the Panchabhuta training will go hand in hand with the Raja Yoga training. So when you are seeing the Panchabhutas, earth, fire, all these things, you have to do a lot of activities with the earth. For example, if you take earth training, you have to collect your kitchen waste, put them in a composting, learn how to do composting, learn vermicomposting. Those things you can do. So these are the ways you engage with the earth. Okay. So after doing this, after doing all this Panchabhuta training with a yogic angle, slowly you will come in synchronization with nature. It's very slow. You will not know. You will suddenly you will find that you are able to generate this energy. It will be like, oh, I did not know. Ramesh will think, oh, I did not know I could do this. It is like that. It is like learning music. You are singing every day Varavina with your teacher. Suddenly in the bathroom you are singing Varavina very well. You did not know how you learned to sing so well. Like that. So this whole yogic training is something which is beyond our consciousness, because so many great people are there in the Celestial College of Healing. They will take you in their lap and they will give you so much of feeding. They will give you all these inputs without your knowledge, even without telling you. And this one fine day, you will realize that, oh my God, what have I have changed. I'm not the old person. I have something. A change has come. My consciousness has altered. So you will get into the altered consciousness.
Amazing. So, where is the Celestial College of Healing located?
It is only that we don't have any physical premises now, unlike the School of Ancient Wisdom. It is only existing I'm using this word college just to tell you all that how Oxford University was started in the 12th century or 11th century. It was only a collection of monks. living in some dilapidated buildings. They were there to learn for themselves. Then few people came, and then many people came, and that is how we have the present system of college and university. Olden days, some 1,000 years ago, the college was only filled up with the teachers, like our Gurukula system in Nalanda, how it was. Same thing.
Yeah.
So we have like-minded people, we have invisible people also, who are all the members, and they teach us, they guide us. So you will learn all those things. You will
It
learn how
sounds like it sounds like a mysterious version of the
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts. It is real Hogwarts Academy.
Really amazing. In fact, there are devices nowadays. I believe more than 40 plus countries are using these devices as alternative healing and diagnosis.
Are you looking for a place?
No, I'm Mr. Janakiram, I'm a very lazy person. I would like to do everything from home. No problem. If we can get a place, we can do a lot of work with the school children, or we can do many things. Yeah, I would love to do something physical where we can spend a few hours without hindrance to anybody. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Sir,
you, sir. Thanks for asking.
this is Divya here.
Hi, Divya. How are you?
I'm good, sir. It was very nice. I actually accidentally got this link from one of my friend, and since I have been practicing Reiki, I thought let me just plunge
Oh,
into
nice.
this.
Very
Right, but
nice.
very nice being in touch with you. Please, can you add me to this any group or something which you have so that I can get constant updates of any
Yeah, our
programs?
Swati madam will take
Yeah,
ad.
kindly please drop your number in the chat box, madam. I'll add you to the group.
Yeah, I will do that. Thank you.
Another question by Rajani ji is children are nowadays surrounded by gadgets which can lead to reduced attention spans, ADHD, and so on in the long run. So, can we help such cases? Which I
Yeah,
presume
we
the
have
answer is
we have helped many school children to recover their cognitive ability. Literally, improve their conscious mind, plug the holes in the conscious mind. So these things have worked very well.
Now, there's one more thing, Nagaraji. This, what you said, seems to be very relevant, as a matter of fact, in the modern world, where you spoke about the 7 bodies. Now, I can see that it basically correlates with our Panchakosha system. You know, the Annamaya
Correct.
Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha,
Yeah.
Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha.
Yeah.
So, many times, because we've been brought up with this industrial revolution based education system which doesn't recognize the multiple koshas, it only looks at the Annamaya Kosha, and then it talks about the mind, and the spirit is very elusive. It doesn't even talk about it. So, it's only the body and the mind largely. Now, if you have such a narrow viewpoint of the world, which is based on the 5 senses, many people, I've observed this even through and I've also done Reiki and pranic healing and so on. Many people have their koshas damaged as they grow up because, for they say each kosha stage approximately lasts about 7 years. The first 7 years is the Annamaya kosha till the tooth falls. From the tooth falling to the puberty, second Pranamaya kosha, and then Manomaya kosha and onwards. Now, this kind of awareness can actually heal many of the damaged koshas of all of us as adults who have grown through this ignorant system, and many of us are now so removed from our own Bharatiya culture.
Correct.
That was there in the Gurukul systems before, which were aware actually of these koshas. So, is there any way in which, when you think of the prediction that India will have these new startup incubators, this can be a paradigm shift really in education and people's well-being if we start addressing how to heal the koshas of adults, make them more effective in life in every way, more happier and more satisfied.
Sure. No, we can
So,
do.
is there any such thing done?
Yeah, in fact, my master, he has designed a system called Mudra system, where there are actually 7 mudras, but normally we teach only one. And that is only for this children, school children up to the grade 12. We tell them to stop practicing after that, because that is a very powerful practice to channelize the mind and the subconscious. It's a very powerful method. So we tell them to stop after some time. They should not practice it later. So we have something like that. We can do something like that. And the beauty of the human system is when you are doing something good, you will automatically discontinue that after some time. Yeah. So nature will take care of that. You're doing yogasanas today. You will discontinue after 3 months. Very good. Mother Nature is very happy that you're back to your lazy self. That is actually part of the Abhinivesam, because nature will not allow you to evolve very so quickly. No, no, no.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes,
Jagdish
sir.
here.
Yeah,
Sir,
Jagdish.
Akash reading, you conduct any class or something, sir? Akash readings?
No, there are we find a lot of advertisements coming in the Facebook for the Akashic records and all that. But that is a very small part of the healing gambit. Because I am actually, I am a healer. I am having my own clinic and I am attending to patients only basically. I will advise you to, people here who are interested to learn, to go for a basic program of Pancha Bhuta. That will help you to become a healer for yourself.
No, because I know a few pranic healers, and even I am a pranic healer.
Very good.
So they said this Akash reading, everybody was talking about that.
Yes,
But
yes.
then
I can initiate you in the Akashic reading, but I'm more interested in making your mind and body to be ready to receive the higher energies and keeping everything intact.
Okay.
You understand?
Where do you
Because
conduct this classes? Where you're located?
no, I'm located in Krishnarajapuram.
Kerala. Okay,
Yeah. But normally
So
I don't meet anybody. I don't encourage any people coming home and all that. It's all by telephone or WhatsApp.
Okay.
Because even my patients I don't meet. Because I don't. My wife doesn't like people coming home. Very simple. No, it is for preserving the privacy. You know that.
If I have your contact number, no, if you can share your number.
Yeah, it is there.
I'll get
Ramesh
in
has
touch
given.
with you.
Ramesh has given it.
Okay. I'll get it.
You can call
In
me
the
and we can
chat
talk
window,
later.
I put in there the number next to Nagaraj's name. I'll put it once again for your reference in case.
So if you can share it on WhatsApp, it will be better. No, because
Very
this
interesting.
Yeah.
I already typed it in the chat window.
Ramesh put his email also. Email also, sir gave.
Right. Could we see the last slide once again of your presentation, Nagarajji?
Yeah. It is there.
Yeah. It just briefly came and went.
Ranjit, my friend and colleague in the Celestial College is here, Mr. Ranjit. He can also share a few words about this Celestial College.
Certainly, we'd love to hear.
Yeah, Ranjit, please
his experiences too.
share a few words.
Well, namaste to all, and sorry, I wasn't able to hear the full session, but I think I was there right, for the first half an hour, and yes, I think so. I think Nagaraj is one of the most advanced, healers from these.
Video, please, Ranjit. Video.
I'm unfortunately outside. So
okay.
I'm in my car.
Okay.
So so Nagaraj is one of the most advanced healers as part of the ancient school, and he's of course extremely gifted with clairvoyance, clairaudience, and many other gifts that which are very hard to come by, and with his hard tapas. And this school, the most wonderful thing about Nagaraj's healing and also the school's principles of thought and the healing specifically is that the person, the healer and the patient can be thousands of miles away, or even tens of thousands of miles away, and within an instant I think they get connected, and like the EEG or the ECG is read for a particular patient from a graph and on a doctor. I think this entire thing is available to Nagarajji very, very quickly. And in fact, many parameters which are not known will be known to others. I mean, which are not known to others will be known very quickly to him. And that enables a very, very different kind of healing, which is completely, where the actions by the patients or by the people who are being healed are very minimal. But with their intentions being aligned, the effects get amplified. So it's a very, very fantastic, experience, to be, to be part of this healing, curriculum, and also be part of this healing sessions that Nagaraji is actually, providing. So wishing, wishing also this forum and Rameshji the best. Very nice to be part of this, and very good to see that there's so many like-minded people who are here to give an audience and also to listen to such esoteric topics which are not very common, and very happy to have been part of this. Thank you.
The feeling
Thank
is
you. Thanks,
mutual.
Ranjit. Yeah.
Ranjit, the feeling is mutual. It's wonderful to have such. In fact, we have had satsangs where we have spoken about such esoteric topics, but this is very unique and unusual. So we'd love to hear more in the future. In fact, we'd love to have a workshop in the school.
Correct. We should have a workshop. Yes. We should have a workshop. In fact, I am not very well read with our ancient scriptures. I know only bits and pieces of it. I would like to have a chapter by chapter thing of any spiritual text and how it is connecting to healing, how it is translating to healing. For example, there are some I have talked with some people about Lalita Sahasranamam. How the Lalita Sahasranamam speaks about the chakras and how the person is attaining salvation, how they are going up in the grade for the salvation. Those things are there. So those very interesting to know. Very interesting.
Certainly. So if anybody else has any more questions, please do speak. Please do ask now, because we have now come to the end of our session. We have another couple of minutes. If anybody has any questions or any observations. Okay.
We are done.
So it looks like
we are done.
We've done with our question and answer session. So we come to the last part, that is the Loka Samasta. So before that, on behalf of the School of Ancient Wisdom, I'd love to thank Nagaraj. I think it's really a heartfelt thank you. You have opened our eyes and our hearts to something that's quite unusual. We don't normally speak about esoteric sciences in this detail, and moreover, you've also presented an opportunity for people to explore healing in a most remarkable manner. And really, it is. Ramamani says, great and curious session, sir. So, Dhanyosmi. Thanks for all the attendance and attention. Okay, Nagaraj, you're most welcome. So, we'd love to experience actually some of what you've said, because it seems almost like a fantasy, phantasmagorical, that you're able to heal people who have not been healed in the regular medical systems from a distance. This is something that really, I think, is definitely an area of research for the School of Ancient Wisdom Research Center, which we actually do have a building for in the school. So thank you really, Nagaraj. You've done a human service. And I'm sure many of us would love to get in touch with you, given us your contact details. So on that note of gratitude, let us go to the Loka Samasta. Please think of your loved ones, those in your communities who need healing. Remember their names and what kind of healing they might need, be it relationship issues, be it health issues, or finance, career, and so on. So just remember their name, where they need the healing. You'll be surprised when we do these group prayers, how effective they are. I have actually had my father recover from a heart attack through such prayers. It was quite remarkable in just one day of collective prayer. So remember their names and what kind of healing they need. At the same time, let us also send out our healing energies to the world at large, as we are all going through strife and war at the moment. There's a beautiful period coming in after this, but right now is the growing pains of human consciousness growing collectively. So please sit straight with your back, neck, and head aligned. Take a nice deep breath. And let go. Observe the silence, which is the language of the soul that connects us all. as we do the Loka Samasta. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. And thank you, everybody. So till next Thursday, same time, same place. Take care. But there is an announcement. I believe Swati has mentioned that next week we're going to be having a session from the famous millet man, Khadarji.
Yes, Dr. Khadar.
Swati, have I got the details?
Yes, Dr.
Dr. Khadar. He is really quite famous. Yes, he's really quite famous. He's got extensive viewership on YouTube as well. He'd be conducting a session next Thursday at the same time. Please do bring your loved ones along. You'll be quite amazed at what this Indian superfood can do. Because right now it is really the world is opening up to the power of millets. So till next Thursday, please do take care and God bless you.
Bye. Thank
Thank
you.
you once again, Nagaraj.